Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Happy
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 morning.
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 Happy morning.
Happy
Good
morning.
morning.
Happy
Happy
morning.
Happy
morning.
morning.
Happy
Happy
morning.
morning.
Happy morning. Happy morning, sir.
Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Now, today, let me begin in a little different and a little innovative way. Let me begin by playing for you a ghazal. And I'm not going to play the whole song for you. I'm going to play just the first few lines. And then I'll share with you why is it that we played this ghazal and what is its relevance in my heart for all of you.
तेरी मिट्टी में मिल जावा गुल
Sorry. For all those of you who love Jagjit Singh, voice clear, music.
कोई दोस्त है न रकीब है कोई दोस्त है न रकीब है
Aha.
कोई दोस्त है न रकीब है तेरा शहर कितना अजीब है कोई दोस्त है न रकीब है
Now, why did I play this? First of all, though, early in the morning, a ghazal is very misplaced actually. It's more like the evening song with rains coming down. I love the words over here and I love the depth of these two lines. The Shire says, कोई दोस्त है ना रकीब है तेरा शहर कितना अजीब है. Now, if you traditionally look at it, the words dost and dushman are kind of contradictory, opposite in meaning. So when I ask people, what do you think is the meaning of the word rakib over here? कोई दोस्त है ना रकीब है. What do you think is the meaning of the word rakib? मतलब शायद कुछ लोगों ने ये गजल सुना होगा. Okay, let me not keep the suspense. Rakib would traditionally mean a dushman, an opponent, a competitor. Not normally. But if you ask people who are masters in Urdu or Farsi, they would give you a layered meaning of the word rakib. And that meaning is so relevant in this context of love. Obviously, over here, Jagjit Singh is not singing about business. He's not talking about sports. He's talking about love. Now, rakib also means, and so beautiful, if there is one person and that person is being loved by, let's say, two people. We have Hetal and Siona over here, and I love Siona. And Hetal also loves Siona. Now, for Siona's love, there are two people. Now, the relationship between me and Hetal, who both want to love Siona, that relationship is called Rakib. So it's not competition. It's something so beautiful. Like there is one person, and that person is being loved by two, three, four, 10 people. Their relationship is Rakib. So they look at each other and say, तुम और मैं रकीब हैं. In the context of KMM, we don't have one or two people who are competing for love over there. All of us, you and me, have a relationship, and that relationship is called Rakib. तो कोई अगर पूछेगा ना कि तुम्हारा रिश्ता क्या है, हम रकीब है, इसीलिए हम करीब हैं. So, to all my Rakibs over here, thank you for coming today morning. Thank you for being a part of Keep Moving movement. And I'm looking forward to creating some amazing memories together in our lives and in the lives of children in this year's KMM 2026. है ना एक बहुत प्यारी सी चीज बहुत अच्छी चीज बताई ना सुबह सुबह आप लोग Of course, classically, Jagjit Singh and the Shire mean about there is one woman and two people love that woman, and that woman has to choose one of them. The advantage of KMM is KMM does not have to choose any one of us. KMM can accept all of us and say, Chalo, aja, aja, aja. Today, people who are present over here, they belong to three different categories. And I would love to speak about all these three categories today. To every familiar face and to every new face, to every contributor, all I need to say is welcome home. Home is a place where somebody feels loved, where somebody feels secure, where somebody believes this is the place I can rest, relax, I can be myself, and I'll be taken care of. So, on behalf of everybody in KMM, let me promise you this is home. Because that is what any movement is, a home. It's not an organization, it is not an event, it is not merely a group of people together. To me, home is where ordinary people keep choosing extraordinary action. So, first of all, to everyone who has been walking this journey with us for months, for years, thank you so much. Movements are rarely built by dramatic movements, they are built by people who silently show up again and again and again. While there is value to people who light the match, but it takes commitment to keep the flame alive. There is a beautiful saying that the first drop begins the rain, but it is the thousandth drop that fills the lake. And so many of you have been consistently being that drop for years, and you are that thousand drop which fills the lake. When we have physical events, sometimes you just pick up the litter here and there. Sometimes you coordinate with people. Sometimes you reach before everyone else, and sometimes you stayed after everyone left. None of those moments made headlines. Sometimes you step up when a speaker is not present, and sometimes you offer help when help is needed. None of those moments made headlines. But those moments build culture. And it's culture of keep moving movement that has helped it to be strong for 26 plus years. Every time you show up, the most beautiful thing that happened, every time you show up, you silently gave permission for someone else to believe this movement is for real. And that is very powerful. To all our new volunteers, to everyone who is joining us for the first time, welcome home. Today, you may feel like you are entering somebody else's story, but you're not. Today, the story becomes yours too. Every river you have ever admired started as a single drop. Every forest started with one seed. Every movement started because one ordinary person made a choice. If not me, then who? You don't have to know everything about KMM, the past of KMM, the history of KMM. You don't have to be perfect in your work also. In fact, you don't even have to be confident. Sometimes it's okay to have jitters. Sometimes it's okay to have self-doubts. All that KMM will be required is you simply have to be super committed. That is the only qualification. Super committed. Movements are the result of repeated action. Movements are not built by people who want to change the world overnight. They are built by people willing to change one moment, one school, one student, one conversation, one life at a time. And today, by joining this movement, you have offered to be that to a few people's lives. So I'm very proud of you and I'm very grateful to you too. May this year KMM be one of the best experiences that you have ever had in your life. Now, a very special welcome to our core team. Behind the scenes, there is a group of people who make everything happen. People often think leadership means standing at the front. Leadership means standing at the front. Yesterday, I was seeing or reading in the newspapers a politician walked off the stage because she was not given the front row to sit in. Leadership, I believe, is standing underneath, like the roots of a giant banyan tree. Nobody applauds the roots. Nobody photographs the roots. Nobody posts those pictures on Instagram. But remove the roots, and the tallest tree falls. You are those roots. The core team of KMM, you are those roots. You are the people who solve problems nobody notices. You are the people who answer messages late at night. You are the people who worry about logistics. You are the people who think 3 steps ahead. Most importantly, you are the people who carry responsibility without carrying ego. I've learned in my life never to underestimate invisible work. The strongest bridges spend their entire lives being walked upon. Yet those bridges never complain. Thank you for being those bridges. Every now and then, in the glory of a session, we may not be able to acknowledge your presence and your contribution. But in moments when we are silent, the heart prays for you and is filled with gratitude for you. Movements don't collapse because they lack stars. They collapse because they lack people willing to create harmony. Every now and then something goes off. And somebody steps up to say, let's create harmony. Thank you for choosing harmony over attention. It's not an easy thing to do, and most people don't do it. So let me repeat, thank you for choosing harmony over attention. Now, some thoughts for all of us. Whether you joined years ago or you have joined this year, whether you are leading a team as an architect of change, or you are volunteering as a speaker, or you are a volunteer as a partner, or you are volunteering saying, I will do some small work here and there. Just remember this movement isn't asking us to be extraordinary people. It is just asking ordinary people like you and me to make extraordinary choices. Movements never become movement because of one or two people. In fact, the word movement is movement because people are involved. There are many of us together, and everything that you do adds value. The smile that you give to a fellow KMM volunteer, every hour that you contribute in learning or fine tuning your sessions, Every conversation that you have inside the class, every act of service, every difficult day when you still choose to show up. It is these choices that become culture. Culture becomes community, and community becomes a movement. And eventually, a movement is what creates transformation. There is a beautiful thought that has stayed with me for years, and it is that a river never worries about reaching the ocean. It simply keeps flowing, stone after stone, turn after turn, season after season. It just keeps moving. And because it keeps moving, it shapes valleys, it nourishes forests, it gives life to cities, it reaches places it never imagined. May you and me, may we become like that river, not obsessed with how far we have to go, but committed to taking the next step, to make that choice of commitment, to take that next choice. Because that is what you and me are. We are the keep moving movement. We don't wait for perfect conditions. We don't wait for perfect people. We don't wait for someone else. We keep moving. One person, one act of service, one step at a time, one choice after the other. We have a huge work in front of us, creating impact on the country and doing nation building work. And with so much love and such a big heart, you have decided to join this movement. So my heart is filled with gratitude. A deep thank you to all of you for making this choice. Today is always a first session's glory, where there is so much excitement. And for many of us, it is such a beautiful moment because the first session always sets the pace, the tone for the full year. And when we have to set the tone for the full year, we ensure that the session is so beautiful, so deep, so powerful that one session should have the power to completely transform somebody's life. So, with a lot of pride, I hand over the responsibility to share about the session to a very enigmatic personality. Somebody who has been the drop among the thousand drops. Somebody who has been in every root of this beautiful forest. Somebody who's been there right from the beginning. Somebody whose shoulders has so much strength that it carries the entire responsibility of nurturing KMM, nurturing the volunteers, and nurturing thousands of students in the schools. So to take their session ahead and to explain from now onwards every session with a lot of love, let me invite somebody whom I very fondly call Betu, and all of you call her as Jo. Betu, over to you.
Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Happy
Morning.
morning.
Happy
Good morning,
morning.
Joe.
Morning.
Happy
Morning.
morning, Joe.
Good morning.
Happy morning.
Good morning,
Happy
Joe.
Good
morning.
morning.
Happy morning.
Happy
Today is
morning.
truly an
Happy
epic
morning,
first
Joe.
session to start off with. And I must tell you why. Before the session, I have this habit of scrolling through the screens to find out how many people have their videos on. And the last count I saw was 150 people had their videos on, which is the highest I've ever seen. So, one big round of applause to yourself and pat on the back. Amazing. I'm so thrilled. and it is just not coincidence that the topic of the session today is the power of choice. Before I move into the session, let me tell you something. Since I have taken up the responsibility to design the sessions and conduct the sessions for the volunteers, I go through, some phases. So the moment the topic is decided, I go through anxiety. Then I go through absolute overwhelming feeling. मैं ये कैसे डिजाइन करूंगी? फिर मैं 4 ड्राफ्ट लेके जाती हूँ. Naren is kind enough. I remember the days when he used to be very very strict. Okay, just sharing a little details. In 2001-2, when we started it, would come with our drafts on a paper, and I've had my sheets torn and thrown on my face. What rubbish is this? He's very sweet, but that's the way he groomed us to be whom we are today. And now he's so sweet. If he doesn't like something, he'll tell me, "Beto, isko thoda apan change karte." So I go through that phase of changing 4 drafts, and somewhere around the 6th or the 7th day, the session actually sets in. And then from that day till the time I come and take the session here, I go through multiple moments where I stand still. There are tears because I realize that the topic has become such an integral part of my life and it's changing something already. This session truly has been this year's epic beginning for me, because in the last 8 days, I've discovered so much about myself, which was good. And I've realized so much about myself where, remember the crack in the diya? The knowledge has leaked out and that needs to be refilled. So before I start the session, I really truly wish and pray each one of you has these experiences of emulating the session, living by the session, and then when we go and take it inside the classrooms, dearest darlings, it can be magic. That's what I feel in my bones right now. I know it can be magic. So welcome to the first session of KMM. The title is The Power of Choice, and let's go ahead. Like last year, there are 4 parts to the session. Simple. We'll go through every part. After every part, we'll revise the part. After the 4 parts, we will still revise the whole session. Idea is, at 9 o'clock today, all of us should have the key points of the session in our brains. Can we do that? Can we make it as a choice today? We're brilliant. So in case you don't have a pen, paper, please get that. A minute. If you're having loose sheets, get at least 4 sheets. If you have a book, every part on a new sheet, so that our notes are fair to begin with. We don't have to do rough now and fair later. So I need to hear one, yes, we are ready, and then we'll go ahead.
Yes, Joe, ready.
Yes, Joe, we are ready.
All set.
All set. First page, title,
On
The
your
Power of
marks.
Choice, written in bold in the middle of the sheet. I'm doing it as I do it for my DWTNs now.
I'm getting flashbacks.
Oh, yeah, Sienna is here. She's my DWT student. Part 1 to begin with. It has 2-3 subparts. And let me start off. It so happened that one morning, the sun and a cave were in conversation. The sun and a cave and a gufa, they were in conversation. So the sun said, I have never experienced darkness. I don't know what it feels like, And cave, you are always engulfed in darkness. So the cave looks back and smirks a little. Says, likewise, I have never seen what light is all about. And you are only light all the time. You're in the light. So, even I miss the feeling of, seeing light everywhere. So they decide, they are very good friends, and they decide, let's exchange our positions. So one day is decided and the cave moves up to where the sun is. And when it goes up to where the sun is, it looks around and says, wow, this is such a beautiful scene. All light, bright colors, everything is beautiful. And it's kind of reveling the entire scenario. The sun taps the cave and says, hello, mera chance baki hai. Let's go down. So they come down to the cave. And the moment the sun enters the cave, it feels a little amiss. से किधर है डार्कनेस, मुझे तो दिख नहीं रहा है। और वो जाता है अंदर केव के और अंदर जाता है, फिर भी नहीं दिखता है उसको डार्कनेस। And the cave cheekily turns around and asks, "So, how do you feel? How does it feel to be in darkness?" Sun says, "I can't see anything, any darkness." Why? Because wherever the sun went, every nook and corner, its light illuminated that entire cave. The sun carries the light wherever it goes. Hence, it could not experience darkness at all. You, my darling volunteers, and the students inside the classroom are like that sun. Each one of us carry that light with it. And wherever we go, we illuminate the environment around us. You know, some of us carry the light of humor, some of us carry a light of kindness, some of courage, some of curiosity. But the fact is, each one of us carries that light. And I believe that's the exact reason or the objective with which KMM exists, to help every individual discover the light within. To help every individual discover the light within. I am Jyoti Gusavi. I work with Keep Moving Movement. I love to conduct workshops for students. And when I was in school, I had this one dominant thought that used to drive me. What will people think about me? It kept me in a shell. It stopped me from blooming. But over the years, I've realized confidence is not built by knowing how many people believe in me. Confidence is built by knowing how much I believe in myself. And that's the work KMM is set out to do. Help students understand what light lies in them and help them believe in themselves. So, dear students and volunteers, let me welcome you to a very, very exciting KMM 2026. You know, this year we have a very, very clear vision to help the students in the classrooms realize the leaders that lie within them. And not leaders who are guiding a team of people outside or leaders who are standing on the stage and giving speeches, but leaders which are there within themselves, which can help them lead their own actions, their own thoughts, their own goals, and help them realize what lies within them. And since we are talking about leaders, it's time to just let me check how much of Factopedia ninjas each one of you are. You know what is Factopedia ninja? Ninja matlab expert Kung Fu Karate, and Factopedia matlab do you have your facts right? So are you ready for some fun, all of you? Okay. Now, I can't say over here, no screaming, no shouting, just keep your hand up. But that's the way we do it in the class. I'm just going to ask you a few questions about somebody and let me know who that person is. Ready? All of you? अगर किसी को अनम्यूट करके रखना है तो चलेगा, लेकिन we will be a little civil over here. Okay. So here I go. The first clue of the first case study for you. Here is a gentleman whose father wanted him to study and take a secure job. Clue number one. One gentleman whose father wanted him to study and take a secure job. Okay. Pehchana? Nahi? Okay, second one. Second, his father was super strict. नरेन नहीं अच्छा, नरेन मेरे फादर है, ये दोनों क्वालिटी है उनमें. लाइक सिक्योर जॉब का तो नहीं, बट ही सुपर स्ट्रिक्ट, डेफिनेटली सुपर स्ट्रिक्ट. And you know what? I always have this complaint. You're the strictest only with me. बाकी दोनों बच्चों से इतने strict क्यों नहीं है? But that's the fight for another day. So the second is his father was super strict. Third, he played football.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Mahendra
Singh Dhoni.
MS Dhoni. Yeah.
पता चल गया. ठीक है, he played football before he changed his sport, and the fourth clue is he worked as a ticket collector. Mahendra Singh Dhoni. तुम लोग है ना बहुत इंटेलिजेंट हो यार. वेरी नाइस, वेरी वेरी नाइस. Mahendra Singh Dhoni displays, you know, his power of choice. When his father was strict, He could have complained, he could have cribbed, he could have blamed, he could have given up. Nobody is ready to understand me, and this is not what I want to do. My life is unfair. But instead, he chose discipline, he chose respect, he chose perseverance. His circumstances didn't decide his future, his choice did. His circumstances didn't decide his future, his choice. Case study 1 done. Let's move to case study 2. ये भी आप लोगों को पता होगा, but let me still ask you. Clue 1. She was born in a very poor family in the UP. Second, her dream was to get a job as a constable in CISF. Any guesses?
Arunima Sinha.
Arunima Sinha.
Oh my God! Have you read my script before? ये
No,
पेपर
no,
लीक
no.
हो गया है क्या?
नहीं हम जानते हैं आपको.
So these are the flow clues that we give inside the classroom. The beauty is, she lost the leg, but then she didn't lose the power to choose. She lost her leg, but she didn't lose her power to choose. And that made her dream big. Imagine climbing Mount Everest and then the different peaks, getting an honorary doctorate. And she's a fiery speaker. She can set an audience on fire. Thanks to KMM, we've been privileged to listen to her and be with her in person. And she truly is somebody who's practiced the power of choice. तीसरा वाला देखते हैं. ये भी आ जाएगा. मेरा ऑडियंस थोड़ा इंटेलिजेंट है, but still let me attempt. Point 1. His father was a boat owner. इस पे से बता के दिखाओ मुझे. सिर्फ इस पे से बोलो मैं किसकी बात कर रही हूँ.
अब्दुल कलाम.
Abdul Kalam.
कितने इंटेलिजेंट हो.
We know.
And then the rest 4 points follow. Yeah, too much. You know what? This is going to be the fun in the classroom. You'll get to do a lot of drama over here. This is the first session. We have to open up the students. And when in the first point the students give the answer, like me, get excited. That will show them, this person really understands this. APJ again displayed the power of choice. He did not let poverty stop it. He dreamt bigger. And most importantly, he got things done. There is one thing about speaking about goals, and the other thing is getting things done. And the volume of work that he has gotten done, with the variety of people that has gotten done, with the choice to focus on the objective to get things done and not focus on the politics or the lack of resources that is happening, is brilliant. And to my super intelligent KMM volunteers, now let me take the last case study. She grew up in a conservative family. अब आया पहाड़, ऊंट पहाड़ के नीचे. That's the right one. Second point. People expected girls in her family to follow conventional rules.
Sudha Murthy.
नहीं.
Kiran Bedi.
नहीं, अरे आने तो दो. She played cricket and was in a rock band. कैसे छक्का मारा अभी बोलिए. नहीं.
Nui.
आप लोग गूगल कर रहे हैं क्या? मैं पॉइंट्स बोल रही हूँ तो फटाफट. She went on to become the CEO of PepsiCo. Ever enigmatic Indra Nui. ये वाला अच्छा था ना, लास्ट वाला. 3 पॉइंट तक नहीं आया आप लोगों को. वाह, Joya, good. Now with Indra Nui, what's beautiful is she wanted to live an unconventional life, but she didn't disrespect her roots. She just built another life for herself and she did whatever she wanted to. She respected her family, she respected the culture, but she also chose to create a life of her future that she really wanted. She didn't allow society to decide what she should. She made the choice herself. And what is common amongst all these 4 people? They had uncertainties, They had difficulties, they had disturbances. What made them extraordinary was not what happened to them. What made them extraordinary was what they chose to do. What made them extraordinary is what they chose to do. They transformed every negative circumstance into a positive one. And that's why their destiny is rarely written by circumstances. It's written by the choices we make when circumstances refuse to cooperate. While preparing the session, this has been the most favorite line that has been with me. Destiny is rarely written by circumstances. It is written by choices we make when circumstances don't cooperate. Not always are we going to have circumstances that cooperate with us. That time, what we choose is very, very important. This is the first part of the session, which takes about 10 minutes. Okay, so we start with the sun and the cave story. We go into these quizzes. Let there be a lot of animation, lot of excitement as we ask the questions, and then complete it with a small summarization of the entire. Clear to everybody? Simple? First हमने कौन सा वाला केस स्टडी लिया? First one? Which is the first? My MS Dhoni. Second one? Third?
APJ Abdul Kalam.
What is the story that we began with?
The sun and the
Sun and the cave.
And the entire line about the sun and the cave is the light that lies within them.
You carry.
And then we gave a small intro about ourselves. Since this is the first session, we simply introduce ourselves in 2-3 lines. Part 1 clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Ready to take in the class?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Perfect. Brilliant. Now let's move on. Part number 2. Now this part, I'm going to ask you rapid fire questions and it has to be yes and no. Fut. There are about 6-7 questions. Some of you want to keep your mics on off kar sakte hain. Okay. Now let us discuss about the power of choice that each one of us has. Answer with a yes and no to the following questions. Can I choose my height?
No.
Can I choose my parents?
No.
Can I choose my marks that I had from the last year?
Yes.
Last year के marks can I choose it?
No.
हो चुका है? नहीं ना?
No.
So these are things which are not under our control right now. Now next few questions. Can I choose my friends today?
Yes.
Can I choose my habits today?
Yes.
Can I choose how hard I work today?
Yes.
Can I choose when failure happens, I stand stronger or weaker?
Yes.
Is it my choice? Absolutely. Quiz over. Thank you so much for your participation. Life gives us these situations. We give responses. Life gives us these situations and we give responses. Between every situation and a response that we give, there is a small space. And that space is called choice. That small space is called choice. I remember when we were growing up, my father has grown up from a lot of hardship. So for him, money was very, very important. Every penny that he earned, he would save because there were times when there was no next meal in the house. And as I was growing up, I remember in my 5th standard, I needed 100 rupees to buy a gift for my friend. And you know, when in our family, if my father enters the house, all of us run away to the bedroom inside the blanket. That was the scene. I don't ever remember going and sitting in the lap of my father and, you know, holding his chicken saying, Chiku, how are you, Papa? एक ऐसे चमाट पड़ती थी बराबर पूरा इधर है ना 5 fingers आ जाता. And to ask him for money was a planning of a war, because I have to go and stand outside his room ka door. Then I have to gather the courage, handle खोल, because even if he listens थोड़ा सा click of the thing ना अंदर से आ जाएगा, कौन है, क्या चाहिए? And his voice was naturally like that. His tone was like this throughout my childhood. And then to open that door, enter the dragon's den I won't even call lion, dragon. And then say, oh, kya chahiye teko, Jyoti? And my father used to call me Jyoti in different tones, okay? When he wanted something from me, na, Jyoti beta, idhar aayegi. And when he was angry with me, no, he'll be, kya chahiye Jyoti? So he'll say, kya chahiye Jyoti? And I will be shivering in my legs. And then I'll say, I need 100 rupees because I want to buy a gift. Once so happened, he gave me that 100 rupees. And the next day, when I came back, I was asked to give hisab. 100 रुपए का हिसाब देना है. And I had to say, I spent 3 rupees on eating a vada pav. And then I was slapped. घर में खाना नहीं है. 3 रुपया वड़ा पाव पे वेस्ट करना जरूरी है. That was his style to groom us to value money. But for a fifth standard child, imagine to eat a vada pav from 3 rupees and get slapped for it. I decided I'm never going to depend upon anyone for money. I can proudly look back and say, since I'm 16, I haven't taken a single penny from my parents. College education, fees, everything done by myself. I used to come back from school, take tuitions. I have stitched teddy bears. I have sold diyas. You ask and the stuff I have done to earn money. And today, when I look back, I'm so grateful to my father. Otherwise, I wouldn't have stood up on my feet. But at that point of time, I had to take a choice. And fortunately, I had a grandfather who used to always tell me, "Zaban kharab nahi karna hai. Kuch bhi ho jaye. Tone has to be right." I don't remember disrespecting or back answering my father ever, no matter what the accusation. The only focus was stand on your own feet so that you don't have to spread your hands for money. That's a choice that I made. And today, when I look back, that choice has helped me to build my confidence one step at a time. I remember I was studying for my MBA. 7 to 9 in the morning used to be my accounts classes. And 9:30 to 1:30, I would go for my college. 2:30 to 5:30 used to be my MBA training classes. 6 o'clock reach home. 6 to 8:30 take tuitions. And 8:30 I was supposed to cook for the family. So the time I go off to sleep is only around 12 in the night to get up again at 6 in the morning and go for classes. And I've done that for 2 years, gone to the best of institutes to study. And I am glad I went through the grind. But I'm even gladder at that moment of point, I took the choice to become financially independent. One choice changed the way I look at myself totally. If I had not done this, I would have been married, had 5 children by now, belonged to a very rich Sindhi family, no doubt, would have had 5, 6 cars, but I wouldn't have been what I am today. I wouldn't have been the Joe which stands with so much belief in herself and says, KMM को ना 20 लाख बच्चों तक लेके जाना है. And I'm sure that each one of us has made a choice in our life. All of us have done that. For the volunteers, this we won't do inside the classroom, but for the volunteers, this is the space. As I have given my personal example, you speak about a choice that has worked brilliantly well for you. Right now, let's take a few minutes to jot down what is that one choice that you have taken in your life where you are very proud about yourself and it has shaped the direction of your life. Please take a couple of minutes and write it down. We'll have a quick sharing before we go ahead. Namrata, you want to share? Just give us a couple of minutes till the others are writing. I'll come to you. Just keep your hands raised. and we have a little time, so we would like to listen to a few people. अभी है ना मेरे स्क्रीन में मुझे बहुत ब्यूटीफुल चीजें दिख रही है. Some families are sitting together, some husband wife are sitting together, and especially this Prerna and Krishant na almost look ekdam full teddy bear together. Thank you so much, darlings. That heart behind you is also looking very beautiful. हर सेशन में यही चाहिए सीन. Very nice. Lovely family. Hira, Rajiv, Krishant, Prerna, Kush. All 5 of them are KMM volunteers. They go to schools. Krishant travels almost 15 kilometers for the session. No complaints. So, Agarwal family, love you so much, all of you. Very, very proud to have you with us.
Thank you so much for your applause. Love you both.
Love you. Chaliye. Namrata had put her hand up. Please make this brief. In the classroom, you will have scope to go into details, but a 2 to 3 minute sharing. Okay, Namrata, let's begin with you.
Thank you, Joe. Happy morning.
Happy morning, dear.
So, me choosing interior design over MBBS. When we went to the MBBS college to take an admission, they had asked for the 12 lakh donation. My dad had only one piece of land which he was planning to sell for that donation, and I'll go for the interiors and not MBBS. And that choice had actually made me proud of myself, because if I wouldn't have chosen interiors, I would have never got a mentor like Nitin Chandrakant Desai. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Anju?
Happy morning, everyone.
Happy morning.
Yes, two things I want to mention. One is when I started working, it was quite far off from my hometown. I belong to Ranchi, and I had my first job in Pune. So that was one choice which I made, that maybe whatever it is, I will come to Pune. Then post my first child, everyone was in family was, we are very well to do, why you want to work? And all sorts of things were there to stop working. But I made that choice to continue working. And I really value that. I thank my family also. Later on, they supported me. But I had to take that stand that time.
Wow.
Continue working.
Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. ये है ना राजेश जी, आपने मुझे बचा लिया आज, क्योंकि मुझे सिर्फ लड़कियों के हाथ रेस दिख रहे हैं. आप एक है, इकलौते. सो आई विल कम टू यू इन लाइन. Arunjani.
Hello, happy morning, Joe.
Happy morning.
Happy morning, everyone. It feels great to be back. The one choice which shaped my future, or what I am now, is walking out of my marriage and not accepting anything less than what I deserve. Realizing at that time when you are really down and all the people around you just put you down, and fighting for my daughter. Today we both stand tall, and we have come a long way. So it has really changed how we are now. We were not that 10 years back.
Yeah. More strength and power to both of you.
Pardon?
I said more strength and power to both of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And
of course, connecting with you all. That was also one of my choice, which has, self-reflection has happened in past 3 years a lot.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bhatti?
Yeah. Happy morning to everyone, and Joe.
Happy morning.
The realization which happened just now was being married into a Marwadi family, following those traditions of do's and don'ts. But since I was able to make a choice, I was able to raise both Neeraj and Mehak in a very, very confident way. It was not easy. Like in Neeraj's wedding, something called Myra happens in Marwadi family, which I disagreed. That I don't want to burden my brother because I don't have both my parents. So I think I did the right.
Yes, you.
I'm very proud of both my kids. Thank you.
Thank you. We also are proud of both your kids. Very, very proud of Neeraj and Mehak. Anuradha?
Yeah, happy morning, Joe.
Happy morning.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I think our generation has the same experience of money with our fathers, and that is what has shaped us in our life. Same with me. Every penny I had to ask for, I had to have. It was a war. And not only it was about money, it was what I always wanted to do, and to ask him to allow me to do that, he always had other options ready for me. Like I wanted to be something, and he explained to me that becoming an engineer is a very good thing. So for a few years till 12th, I always listened to him. Till after 12th, I made a choice. When my father once said ki engineering is very good thing, and I did coaching. I even dropped for 1 year and I did my coaching for IITs and other. Of course, I didn't get selected because that's what everybody has a different abilities to do. And then suddenly in 10th class, he had said becoming a doctor is a very good thing. And I saw dreams of becoming a doctor. Like,
Correct.
what I mean to say, there was a time when my father had a great influence in my life. And then the day had happened when he told me कि अभी डॉक्टर बनना ठीक नहीं है, आपकी शादी हो जाएगी, फिर आपको पीएचडी करनी पड़ेगी, सो इंजीनियरिंग अच्छा है. एंड देन वन डे ही सेड कि ठीक है, इंजीनियरिंग आप क्लियर नहीं कर पाए तो प्राइवेट इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में जाने के लिए आई एम रेडी टू सेल माई लैंड. Same. And which I refused him. I didn't want him to do that for my admission into a private college. And I chose to join diploma in electronics engineering. And later on, I joined services, for which again my father didn't want me to join because in those time there were hardly any girls. He saw a darker future for me because I have been a topper, I have been a gold medalist, I have been a governor's trophy. So he never thought my daughter is going into a darker era. But that was a choice I made and what I am today. And after I joined and started working in services, has been the one who has been appreciating. And
Absolutely.
He says my daughter is made of steel and iron.
Absolutely.
She cannot get down when the circumstances refuse to. And many things have happened, like when I decided to become a mother.
Yeah, we will move on. Anu, एक example हो गया, if you don't mind. Okay? चलेगा, चलेगा. Thanks for sharing. राजेश जी, आप थोड़ा अनम्यूट कर लेंगे प्लीज. we'll listen to Mrunal till we हाँ हो गया है. ठीक है. Yes,
Happy morning, Joe.
Happy morning.
I will speak in Hindi. I need permission to speak in Hindi.
Of course.
और सबसे पहले मैं आपको अप्रिशिएट करता हूँ कि 1 साल के पहले का आपका मैंने सेशन देखा और आज देखा. आज आप दिल से बोल रहे हो.
थैंक यू.
और दूसरी बात मैं अपने विषय में बताऊं तो मैंने अपने काम करने के डिजाइन को थोड़ा चेंज किया है एज पर माई स्ट्रेंथ. मैं वीकनेस की बात नहीं करता हूँ. तो मैं अभी क्या करता हूँ, मेरे जो भी हमारे कलीग हैं उनको मैं एनी डेस्क से अपना टैबलेट या अपना मोबाइल जो है कनेक्ट कर देता हूँ और वो हमारे इंस्ट्रक्शन पे काम करते हैं. और मैं आजकल थोड़ा ट्रेवलिंग कम करता हूँ तो भगवान ने भी मुझे 3-4 ब्लाइंड स्कूल दे दिए हैं जहाँ मैं ऑनलाइन सेशन दे पा रहा हूँ.
वंडरफुल.
हाँ, और पहले मैं स्टैमर करता था बोलने में जब मैं क्लास 9-10th में था. तो मैंने जब शुरुआत किया धीरे धीरे करके और आज मैं 2000 से ज्यादा स्पीच दे चुका हूँ. नरेंद्र सर का भी उसमें बहुत बड़ा योगदान है. तो इस तरीके से मैं देखता हूँ कि आपने जो कहा ना कि चॉइस आपको करना है, मैं सोचता हूँ कि हर मोमेंट हमें चॉइस करना है. हमारा ब्रेन भी हर वक्त कुछ ना कुछ हमारे अगेंस्ट में बोलता रहता है. हमारा डीएमएन और हमारा अमिगडाला जो नरेंद्र सर ने बताया था, हर वक्त हमें अमिगडाला को भी शांत करना पड़ता है और अपने प्री फ्रंटल कोर्टेक्स से डिसीजन लेना पड़ता है. तो आज का सेशन एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी है. चॉइस आपको एक बार नहीं करना है, हर मोमेंट में करना है. और मैं यही करके जो हमारा स्ट्रेंथ है, कई चीजें मुझे छोड़नी पड़ती हैं बट उसका मुझे कोई रिग्रेट नहीं है. मैं अपने इनर स्ट्रेंथ को डेवलप करता हूँ और मैं आज एक आम आदमी से ज्यादा काम कर पाता हूँ, 50 लैंग्वेज में वीडियो बना पाता हूँ। और मैं देखता हूँ कि जो हमारा प्रॉब्लम है वो कई बार हमारे लिए अपॉर्चुनिटी बन जाता है।
वंडरफुल, वंडरफुल,
और आप
वंडरफुल।
लोगों का हृदय से धन्यवाद, आप लोगों ने हमेशा सपोर्ट किया। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much, Rajesh. Thank you. We listen to Mrunal, Madhu, Padmini, Ramesh. Just make it a little brief so that we can continue with the session. Huh? Mrunal?
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Happy morning.
Happy
and
morning.
Happy morning to all. So, I was always passionate about doing a business, and I got the opportunity also to start with business, career starting with business. And then some financial crisis came in. I need to just stop my business. I need to concentrate on my family. And then I realized that there is no choice but to do a job. My sister helped me to get first job, and then I jumped a few jobs and ultimately came into training, corporate training. I became a soft skill trainer, and then I thought my basic qualification was LLB, and why not, if I am able to grab a knowledge which I don't have a formal education, then why not to go in my formal education? So why not to do masters in law and get into the that field? My sister was the helping hand to get a job, first job. Of course, the later job I got on my own. But then she said, you are not consistent and you are jumping into different fields. So don't do LLM. Now concentrate on your current job. Why are you doing this jumping and you are not consistent about whatever you are doing?
Wow.
I felt, yes, it is correct. That year, I changed my decision according to her advice. But then I was thinking, no, I need to do this. And I made a choice that no, I'm going to do my LLM. Whatever happened, we'll look at later whether I will pass or not. In 2013, I passed LLM exam. By chance, in 2013, the POSH Act came in, and from that time till now, I'm an POSH consultant. I'm more than 30 companies as an external member, conducting job trainings. So I'm very happy with my choice.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. I apologize to the remaining people who have their hands raised. Because of the time constraints, we'll need to move on. But please do write it in the message boxes. See, what happens is in the sharing something is brilliant. We understand what kind of volunteers are there with us. So even if it isn't coming in the chat, it becomes very, very easy to understand who are our core volunteers and, relate to them and connect to them. So thank you for participating well. And this is the second part of our session, where we have the rapid fire and we explain one choice that we have made and how it has shaped our future. And we wind up the second part with a small metaphor. It so happened that two friends gave the same exam. Both of them gave the same exam and both of them did not pass it. It was a competitive exam. One of the friends said, I am a failure. I will never pass this exam. I think I should give up. The second one says, I know failure is hurting us, but I know where I have to improve and which is the area I need to work. Same exam, same paper, same teacher, but both of them could think of a different response, hence carve a different future. Why? Because they took a choice. And inside every choice lies the future. And the beauty is, like Rajesh ji said, every moment we are taking a choice. And in every choice lies the beautiful opportunity of a brand new future. No matter what be the situation. Today, even if I'm in the worst of conditions, I can make a choice and make my future better. So this is the second part of the session. This goes up to 8 minutes with your personal example. The personal example, if we can make it nice and crisp, it should not be too short, too long. Explain the struggles that we went through and then also show them why the choice helped. See, when I was sharing, I spoke to you about because I'm financially independent, how it has helped me. That has to come in the end. So choice that I made and this is how it has shaped my future. Chale? Are we ready to move ahead? All of us awake? थोड़ा मतलब है ना, let's shake out. थोड़ा सा करते हैं. When you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Just 3 बार वो करते हैं. All of us. और मुझे मूवमेंट दिखना चाहिए, नहीं तो मैं सेशन आगे नहीं ले जाऊंगी. पूरा मूवमेंट दिखना चाहिए, सबके स्क्रीन दिख रहे हैं मुझे. So 3, 2, 1, go. When you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. When you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. चलिए, very good. Very, very good. अच्छे बच्चे हैं सब लोग. The third part, यहाँ पे है ना 3, I can't say गांधी जी के 3 बंदर, but मेरे 3 अच्छे friends बैठ के, whenever I मारो joke ना, you know this Kalyani is there ना, she'll do like this. ऐसे कौन मटकाता है, मतलब मैं सेशन ले रही हूँ अभी. Kalyani, I'm going to make a choice with you after some time. Wait, at 9 o'clock. Third part of the session is titled as the choice compass. CHOIC, choice, compass. वो डायरेक्शन बताता है ना, वो compass. The choice compass. When I'm traveling from one place to the other, of now we use Google Maps, and earlier we used to stop and ask, भैया ये address किधर है? ये हम क्यों करते थे? So that we reach the right place. Okay. And whenever, if we are not reaching the right place, we again ask and reroute ourselves. Sometimes in life, when we make choices, it may work, it may not work. But there can always be a framework which helps us to reach the right choice by asking a few questions. Those questions are comprising in this choice compass. And what are those questions? The first question comes with the first letter of the word choice, and that is C. C stands for consequence. And the question I ask myself here is, if I continue this, where will it take? If I continue this, where will it take? Now, if there is one of us or a student who has an exam in 10 days, and I know after 10 days I'm supposed to give that exam, I have to prepare so much portion every day. And when I come back home from school, I open my phone. My parents have allowed me to take the Instagram for say about half an hour, and I start seeing reels. And those reels have come nowadays. Those animals come left, right, dig. It will show music. It will, twist it, bums a little, dance. And I get onto that reel, and then I keep scrolling. और मेरा 1.5 घंटा जाता है. मैंने हर किस्म के एनिमल को वो रील करते हुए देख लिया. पैंडा को देख लिया, स्क्विरल को देख लिया, टाइगर को देख लिया, ड्रैगन को देख लिया. हर किस्म के एनिमल के मैंने movements देख लिए, enjoyed the music, and then it is 11:30. If I don't go to sleep right now, tomorrow I won't be able to wake up for time for school, and I sleep off. I realize I do it one day, I do the second day, I do the third day. If I continue this, what will happen to me is a question I need to ask myself in this situation. If I continue postponing, what will happen in my exam? Will the future me thank the present me? The person who's gotten the marks after the exam, will that future me thank me right now? So first question I ask when I have to take any choice, whether I have to give up the reels and sit to study or continue the reels. Both is a choice. Right or wrong, irrespective. But the question I need to first ask is, if I continue this, where will it take? And the answer will help me to make the choice which seems right for me that moment. The second question I ask myself is with the second letter of the word choice, and that is H. Whom should I ask for guidance? And there are some people who always help us with guidance: parents, teachers, friends. Now, most of them are in the 10th standard. So, very soon, or they would have already gone through it, career choice. Such a big question. And like Anuradha said, her father wanted her to take one stream because he believed it is right. She thought it's different. Even Namrata shared the same. Now, in this situation, what do I do? Who can guide me? Who knows me the best? Whom can I sit and discuss who knows my qualities and understand which area is the right one for? Where can I go and find out which areas have what kind of work profiles once I complete that? So if I become an engineer, what will I do? If I become a doctor, what will I do in my future? When I get those facts, I will be able to make the choice which is absolutely right for me, or the choice which helps me to take the next step in the future. So the second question I ask myself is, help. Who can help? Done? Let's move to the third question. The third letter of the word choice is, third letter is O. And with O, the question we ask ourselves is, will this hurt or help others? What I am doing right now, will this help or hurt others? Now imagine, annual day function. These races are there, 100 meters dash, 200 meters dash. And in a classroom, a group of fellow students are participating. So the person who's running starts running, falls down, hurts himself, and a few people around me start making fun of that boy or that girl. Some of them click photographs, some of them make these funny videos out of it, and now they start spreading it amongst other friends. In this situation, I have a choice to make. Do I also do it? Or should I stop from doing it? I ask myself, will this hurt or help others? If I am in that place and people are circulating my video and making fun of me, bullying me because I fell down, how would I feel? A simple question like this can guide my choice. I have that fear. If I don't circulate it, my friends won't allow me to be a part of their group. But I also know that this may not be the right thing to do. Us kashmakash mein, this question helps us to decide what we should do. Will this hurt or help others? And then make a choice. Let's move to the next letter. The next letter is I. And I stands for identity. Identity. What kind of a person do I want to become? When I have to make a tough choice, the choice that I take, what kind of an identity it will give me in the future? A classic scene at the end of the day. I come back home from school. I'm dead tired from sports. I throw my socks in one corner. My shoes are unkempt in another corner. Bag lies on the center table. Tiffin is still in the bag, not taken out. I go to get fresh, come out, the bed towel is on the bed. And the end of it, all of us know, mom will give me a big thrashing and I will end up believing I'm not good for anything. Now, if I have to make a choice and become a person who keeps things in its proper place, I have to ask, what is the identity I want for myself? Do I want to become a person who keeps creating messes for others to clean? Or do I want to become a person who's caring, supporting, somebody whom people are proud to have in their life? So in these small daily fights that we have with our parents, most of the times it's a matter of taking a small decision and saying, I'll do what is required to be done, complete it within a few minutes, and continue with the rest that I want. And here the guiding question will be, what is it that I want to become in the future? Maybe there is a fight at home. I am not agreeing to what my father is saying. It becomes an argument, and I shout back. Is this whom I want to see myself as? Somebody who's rude and shouts back? Or is it I want to see myself as somebody who can take a minute and say, okay, fine, let me think about how to respond and communicate with respect. What do I want to see myself as in the future? So, what is the identity I want to carry? That is the question that I ask myself with this letter I. This is a 6-question formula that we follow to take any choice in life. The next is C, and C stands for character. And in character, I ask myself, will I be proud of the choice that I have taken later on? Will I be proud of this choice? So one of those evenings, I come back home and my parents are there with me and I have a big group of friends, and he comes and asks me, वो तेरे ग्रुप में लड़का है ना वैभव, वो स्मोकिंग करता है क्या? And it's a huge catch trap 22 situation for me. Because if I say, हाँ वो स्मोकिंग करता है, कल से मेरे पे कर्फ्यू लग जाएगा. Don't go to meet. And if I say नहीं करता है, then I'm lying to my parents. What is the character that I want to have? In moments of crisis or difficulty, do I resort to something which I know is not right? Is a question I need to ask myself and then take a decision. If I decide not to tell my parents they are smoking, then what will be my character shaped as? Versus telling them he smokes, I understand it's not right, but I also know how to take care of myself. I'm not going to fall prey of it. And in this concern, I must say that I'm a very, very proud sister. You know, with Neeraj, I've always had this confidence that even if he's surrounded by people who have all kinds of habits, this guy will say strong and say nahi. And he will say it with a lot of love and firmness. And nobody will mind it. And we've seen him doing it through the years. Absolute teetotaler. I have never heard him speak rudely to anyone. He's तहजीब, तमीज, मतलब जैसे बच्चा चाहिए ना वैसे बच्चा है. And even if he is with a group of people who are drinking, he is not even tempted. और अगर किसी ने मुंह में डालने की कोशिश भी की ना, he will very sweetly say, मैं नहीं पीता, thank you. और लोग सुनते भी है उसकी बात. ऐसा character develop होता है one choice at a time. Neeru, very proud of you, Neeru. I can't see you on the screen, but I must tell you, your birthday month is coming, and thanks for being the best kind of a brother anyone could have ever asked for.
Love you, Joe.
Love you. Pranati and Mehek, time in the sessions, I'll praise both of you also, okay? Don't feel out of place. Tyra, Ushmal and Kalyani, you all will also be there. And Aditya, wherever you're sitting, you'll also. ये मेरा team है ना, so पूरे team को praise करना मेरे बच्चे हैं. Otherwise, you know, वो partiality हो जाएगा. यहाँ पे मुझे choice करना पड़ेगा नहीं. So, character. 25 years ago, 2001, we had just, no, 2001, yes. We had returned from a spiritual camp. I was sitting with Naren in the balcony of his house. I am from a very, very proud Sindhi family. Non-veg is made 3 times a day, and we are very proud of our non-veg eating abilities and its digestive abilities also. हमको कुछ नहीं होता है मतलब, that kind of a family. I come from a background where one of my chachas one day, when I was in my 12th, asked, beer पिएगी? And I said, oh, पप्पा है ना उधर. Saying, पप्पा का क्या, मैं तेरा चाचू हूँ, मैं पिलाऊंगा तेरे को. And that time my father was glaring at me from the other part of the room. And I'm thinking, आप खुद तो पीते हो रोज रात को, मुझे मना कर रहे हो. But you know, डर लगता है तभी तो. I said no. Of course, I don't drink at all. But that evening in that balcony, Naren asked me one question. नॉनवेज खाना जरूरी है? इतना ही पूछा, बस नॉनवेज खाना जरूरी है. उस दिन चॉइस लिया. 26 years, not touched, not tempted, not required to go back to knowledge. It was dropped. Why? Because character is built one choice at a time. And I've been fortunate to have people around me who helped me to shape my character. Will I be proud of myself later? And today I can proudly say, 25 साल अगर एक चीज का विल पावर रखा है ना, मतलब कुछ तो है मेरे अंदर पावर. So that's how character is built. ये point पे थोड़ा हम क्लास में थोड़ा emphasize करेंगे. And then go to the next point, which is E, and that is for excellence. Is this the best that I can do? Or is this the best version of me? Naren shared a lovely example with me yesterday, and I was jumping because, it kind of summarized the entire 6-question formula for me. How many of you know about this umpire called Swaroop Kishan? Anyone have heard about Swaroop Kishan? Suhail, आपने सुना है? Swaroop Kishan was the first umpire to get the Padma Shri in our country. Can you imagine? I didn't know till last evening umpires को भी Padma Shri मिलता है. And I was like, wow. I googled him and I saw this nice roly-poly cute Laurel and Hardy type में से जो Hardy है ना, वो Hardy. Cutie pie. And it seems 99% of his decisions were accurate. And no third umpire ka screen, no computer AI generative, nothing. And when people used to ask him for his autographs, so imagine there is a match happening. India versus West Indies. India जीत गया है. People are not running to the Indian players to take autograph. They are running to the umpire to take the autograph. So precise used to be his decisions and so loved was he. And he used to autograph his name, writing whatever, lots of love, वगैरह वगैरह. And नीचे he would write, pause and decide. He used to write these 3 words, pause, P-A-U-S-E, and decide. Can you imagine life का पूरा मंत्र हो सकता है ये, pause and decide. And when people used to ask him, how is it that you take such excellent decisions, you cannot even counter that decision in most of the matches. And he used to say, I pause and then decide. That was his technique. And I think excellence is just that. In any choice that I have to make, if there is a question, is this the best version of me? Pause, सोचो क्या और कर सकते हैं, decide करो और फिर करो. So thank you, Naren, for sharing Swaroop Kishan with us. I will share his photograph along with the PDFs also. So these are the 6 questions that we introduce inside the classroom to the students to help them make the right choices. What are these 6? C stands for consequence. The question is, if I continue this, where will it take me? H stands for help. Whom can I ask safely? O stands for others. Will this help or hurt others? I stands for identity. What kind of a person do I wish to become? C stands for character. Will I be proud of this choice later? And E stands for excellence. Is this the best version of me? And if it is not, any given point of time, I take a choice and it doesn't work out, I just take the next choice by walking around this choice compass once more. What are the next options in front of me? Walk the choice compass. End में pause and decide. End में क्या करेंगे? Pause and decide. कल मुझे अगर किसी ने कुछ बुरा भला बोला ना, I think this is going to be etched in my mind. Pause and decide. If I see somebody else's car parked in my car park, instead of screaming, I'm going to pause and decide. If I set out a goal of 20 lakh students, say 2030, and we reach 19.5 lakhs by 2030, what do? Pause and decide. Every given point of time, there is a choice that we are making. We follow the 6-question formula, pause and decide, and life is just beautiful. Choices are that simple, yet they have a power to carve our future. This is the 3rd part of our session. Each letter explained, a question explained, a small example given there to help them visualize, and then we summarize saying pause and decide, pause and decide, pause and decide. Okay? I must say, I'm not going to put it in the PDF, but you know about choice making? Most of you know that I love Shushmita Sen. I just love her. I mean, she is one lady whom I really look up to. और जब वो बात करती है ना, I stop everything and I listen to her. Because वो जो लहजे से बात करती है ना, उसका डिक्शन, लैंग्वेज, ओ माय गॉड, एंड द पॉइज, हाथ के मूवमेंट्स भी इतने ग्रेसफुल होते हैं ना, कभी कभी मुझे इतना जेलस फील होता है, मैं ऐसे कब बोल पाऊं. देन आई टेक अ चॉइस. जो यू आर यूनिक, यू आर सेल्फ, you can't be Shushmita Sen and she can't be Joe. Yet, I get inspired. And in one of those interviews, she said, my father used to always tell me, कोई कैसा भी सवाल आपसे पूछे, किस भी टोन में पूछे, आप जो जवाब देते हैं वही लोगों को याद रहे. They will not remember the question asked in the way that it is asked. They will remember your answer and the way in which you've given that answer. And that, I believe, is so true for everything that we do in life as far as choices are concerned. Whatever is thrown at me, however it is thrown at me, irrespective how I respond to it, is going to build my character and is going to build my future. And that's my choice. And I'm proud to say that I have always chosen. I may disobey, but never disrespect. So this is the third part. You may take the Shushmita Sen example as well. It's brilliant. If I find the reel, I'll share the reel with you. But amazing. Some sentences can change life. That is one sentence like that. And with this, now we move to the fourth and the most cute part of the session today. एक नया sheet of paper लीजिए, all of you. With your permission, till you're getting the sheet, I'll just have a sip of water. Very nice. अभी है ना, शीट को फोल्ड कीजिए ताकि दो कॉलम्स उसमें बन जाए. ऐसे शीट को डबल से हाफ से फोल्ड कर दीजिए, जब खोलेंगे तो ऐसे दो कॉलम दिखते. The title of this sheet is I choose to focus on. The header, I choose to focus on. Left side में things I cannot control will be the self title. और right side में things I can control will be the title. Okay, two sides. Now we're going to just fill in some details I have given here. I wish to focus on things I cannot control, things I can control. Is this the table that we've made, all of us? Give me a thumbs up with this. Brilliant. Now, in things I cannot control, just let us start jotting down a few things. Let's take 2 minutes to write down. So maybe, marks that I didn't get, mistakes, others' opinion, family problems. These are things that I can't control, which will come on the left side. So in your life at this current point of time, what are the things that you cannot control? Just jot it down. True to our life today. And if you can, just put it in the chat box also. One thing which you think is absolutely out of your control, but it is affecting you at the moment. Others' opinion, okay. situations, circumstances, others' behavior, very nice. Friends' behavior, expectations, brilliant. Very nice. What people say, the way they behave, how they misunderstand our intentions or our actions, what others think about me. Oh, wonderful, Manjusha. What I just said and it's gone by. I can't take it back. Maybe some rude tones, rude words that I just said. Lovely. Brilliant, brilliant. Now let's move to the right side of the column. What are the things in my control today? The things that I can control. What are these? My reaction, my action, myself, my response. Very nice. Maybe my habits, my screen time, my communication, my health. Wonderful. How lovely. How lovely. My future, thoughts, choice, my response, pause and decide. Very nice, very nice. A minute and we'll complete the two columns. Now what we do is, at this point of time, remember in the induction, there was a few promises that we made to our group members. This is where I am going to improve with KMM this year, isn't it? And it's a choice that we made. We are going to declare that or some other choice that we have decided to develop ourselves in and declare it in the class. So the next part of this activity is, today I choose to do dash to become better. Today I choose to do dash. That's the fill in the blank that we have to fill to become better. So from the student's perspective, for example, today I choose to study for 30 minutes daily. Or I decide stop postponing, or sleep on time, or speak respectfully. Now in that dash, what I fill up is going to be very, very specific. In Leah, we took a decision in the next 5 years, we are going to touch 20 lakh students. Very specific, measurable, and can be visible to everybody around. So that dash has to be filled with something which is very, very specific. Choose to time my screen time to max 1 hour daily. Brilliant. Pause and decide. Brilliant. 10 minutes walk. Very nice, Daksha. All the best to you. लिखिए chat में. I would love to read. We are KMM volunteers. We declare and tell the word. Check me if I'm wrong. Exercise कितना minute daily? Sarthak ji. Gather my thoughts, 40 minutes, improve my one. Very nice. Brilliant. Brilliant. Up, my dear volunteers, the catch for you here is, before I go to the next part, last part of the session, before we move inside the classrooms, we are going to practice this. And then when we stand and say, 15 days back when we went through the session, this is the decision I've taken. This is how it has helped me to become better. And this is how I am looking at myself today. 5th and 6th of June, the 20 lakh figure for students came into my life. I was telling Naren, I don't know what happened to me. मेरे दिमाग में कहाँ से भूत चढ़ गया, and I said that figure. I am not a numbers person. If anybody says in front of me, over my 48 years of existence, इतना इतना तेरे को करना है, I will go into a shell totally. That's me. And on 6th of June, the moment I said 20 lakh students, the entire perspective about myself and my life has changed. Everything has changed. From that day onwards, the thought that I carry is not ye theek nahi hai. The thought that I carry is how to improve it and make it better. If somebody is not cooperating, what should I do to get their cooperation? Somebody is misbehaving, what should I do to go beyond it? I have become a new person. I'm in a hurry. I want to complete things. Earlier, if KMM is there, I'll say KMM चल रहा है, मुझे और कुछ disturb मत करो. बट अभी KMM के साथ 10 और चीजें चल रही है, PhD चल रहा है, वेबसाइट डिजाइनिंग चल रहा है, and the best part is I get my 1 hour to enjoy my TV every evening without any guilt, without any to-do list, without saying this has not been done today. Can you imagine a simple choice to reach a figure and everything around it changes? That's the power of choice. So when we implement what we've decided to do and then go and tell inside the classroom, 10 days I'm different. Imagine if you implement it till I come back to the next session, your life will be different too. That's going to be the last icing on the cake for the classroom. And my dear volunteers, this is one session which can completely transform the classrooms in just 30 minutes to 35 minutes time, provided each one of us lives by what we decide and goes. Then the conviction and the voice comes. It's amazing how even 5 minutes that we listen to Naren at the beginning of the session and the entire year looks brilliant. Even 2 sentences from him and things can be different. And you know why he has this impact? I am witnessed to seeing him make the right choices and living by it every day for the past 26 years. Never have I once heard or seen him behave when things are not okay into helplessness. You know, वो word उनके डिक्शनरी में है ही नहीं, आता ही नहीं है helplessness की. It's हमेशा एक we'll find a way out. And I am coming to believe Poppy, प्यार से काम हो सकता है. Those of us who are there in the induction will understand why I'm joking about this. But everything now depends is in our hands to implement and then go and take the classroom. After we share this example, we make the students go through a small pledge. And what is that pledge? All of us, right hand, let's pledge. I'm going to say a couple of sentences and please repeat after. Okay. And in the classroom, we are going to say this pledge with the students. And the pledge is, I may not control everything around me. Please repeat.
I may not control everything around me,
but I control the choices I make.
but I control the choices I make,
And my choices will shape my future.
and my choices will shape my future.
Today, I choose to become better.
To become better.
We say this entire pledge in the classroom, maybe repeat it just 2 times so that it sets in with them, and then complete with this last metaphor that I'm about to give. You know, imagine if you are attempting to download an app and you go to Play Store and type the name. Which is the app that you will download the fastest? The one which has least review or the one which has highest review? Highest review, highest rating, 4.4, 4.8, 4.9. चलो ठीक है, आपने बोला है, अग्री किया है आपने, देख लीजिए. अच्छा, अगर हम जैसे मैं और सतीश जा रहे हैं ड्राइव के लिए, लॉन्ग ड्राइव के लिए, यहाँ से सोलापुर स्कूल में सेशन लेने के लिए, और वहां पे ना हमको भूख लगी है, नाश्ता करना है, और 4-5 ढाबा है और एक से बाद एक लगा हुआ है, उसमें एक है ना जिसके अंदर बहुत सारी भीड़ है. हम लोग किस में जाएंगे? जो एकदम खाली है, डिजर्टेड दिख रहे हैं, या जहाँ पे चहल पहल है और दिख रहा है कि ना लोग एंजॉय कर रहे हैं खाना? जहाँ पे
भीड़ होगी और चहल पहल होगी,
टेस्टी खाना.
Correct? So the rule of life says whatever is full will attract more. You know, the wording goes, yada bhava tada bhavati. Yada bhava tada bhavati. What I am full of will attract. I will attract and I will be full of it. So I will be full of the choices that I make. And that's 100% my doing. If I choose to fill myself with kindness, I will only see kindness all around me. If I choose to fill myself with hurt, then I will only notice more hurt from people. Slightest of thing, they may not want to say it to me, but I will get hurt. If I choose to fill myself with abundance, I will notice opportunities everywhere. If I choose to fill myself with self-belief, I will see self-belief in every choice that I want to make. My dear friends, hence it is written, Yada bhava tada bhavati. My life is my choice, and my choice is in my hands. May I pray that each one of us chooses to use the power of choice and make a brilliant future together. We have chosen to conduct these 7 sessions inside the classroom, and we have chosen to have an extraordinary KMM in 2026. Thanks for being with us, and let's look forward to some great times together. Thank you so much. Love you. So we complete the 4 parts. The last part being the lists, the pledge, and talking about Yadabhava Tadabhavati. मुझे है ना सेशन all understood. मुझे अभी ऐसे लग रहा है मैं बहुत बात कर ली हूँ. So I'm going to practice a choice. And what is that choice going to be? We have some lovely ACs with us. I'm going to call out the name of the AC and just give us pointers. Huh? We don't want full details. Just point. Point 1, 2, 3, 4, done. Point 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, done. So Harshad, can you please help us with the part 1 of the session? मैं हर सेशन में ऐसे टेस्ट लेने वाली हूँ. So you better be alert in the sessions. Huh? Harshad ji, please. First part of the session, notes खोलो, पेज खोलो. मजा आ रहा है मुझे अभी. यहाँ पे भी मेरे सामने पेज ऐसे ऐसे जा रहे ताड़ किधर लिखा है.
So we introduce them with some questions. So that quiz part.
Okay.
And we go by one question at a time and ask them to guess.
Okay. Oh, thank you. I think it was too sudden for Harshad. He was not expecting me to bombard him with this. So the first part of the session is Sun and Cape story, a small introduction to ourselves, and then go into the 4 quizzes. The quiz are 4 characters: MS Dhoni, Arunima Sinha, APJ Kalam, and Indra Nooyi. And then we end the session by saying they practice the power of choice. This is the first part of the session, 10 minutes. ठीक है? Brilliant. भारती, आपने हैंड रेज किया था, आप सेकंड पार्ट बता सकते हैं एकदम ब्रीफ में, प्लीज. Only pointers.
We have to divide and answer yes or no based on the situations comes up in our life and how whether we respond or react.
Okay. And then we complete the second part. So there are those 3 questions of what I cannot change, what I can change, and then we give a personal example where we've made a choice and that choice has shaped a beautiful future for us. That's part number 2. It's about 8 minutes time. Okay. Part number 3 is about the 6 question formula, the choice compass. Yes, Swati.
Yeah, it is about the acronym, the choice compass, very beautifully said. So C is for consequence, H is for help, O is for others, I is for identity, and C is character, E is excellence, and a very beautiful sharing of Swaroop Kishan, which was for us though, but thanks for pause and decide. It's a beautiful mantra.
Brilliant, brilliant. So pause and decide is what we end this entire part with. This part has been given 12 minutes. There are 6 questions. So 2 minutes per question, we have enough time to elaborate an example. Those examples ka pointers will be given inside the PDF, and also you will have the video by today evening to revise. Last part of the session. Yes, Madhuma.
Happy morning, Joe.
Happy morning, darling.
So it is about what I choose to focus on. So
Brilliant.
things I can control and things I cannot control. And then we take up the pledge and then end with the metaphor. What is full attracts more.
यदभाव तदभवति.
तदभाव तदभवति.
प्रैक्टिस करके जाना. हाँ, some students will look at you like वाह 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 गुरुजी आए हैं. मतलब ये थोड़ा अच्छा लगता है, थोड़ा संस्कृत बोला तो. चलो, brilliant. So last part is another 10 minutes and we complete the entire session. It's a 40-minute session, plus minus according to our timings we can. I really believe the choice we have taken to take the session on the power of choice is the brilliant first session choice that we have taken. And it can reveal certain brilliant aspects of our life to ourselves. May the next 10 days before you go to take the session be self-reflection, self-discovery, and a beautiful new choice with a new future that you carve for yourselves. Thank you so much. I hand over to Naren to complete the session, and love you all.
Brilliant
कुछ
session.
हाथ वाट नहीं आते हैं, कुछ नहीं आता है. नरेन को देखो,
Brilliant,
partiality.
brilliant
Love you,
session.
Joe.
Brilliant
Love
session.
you. Thank you.
Love
Thank you
you,
so
Joe.
much. Love you.
Love you, Joe. Love you
Love
so
you.
much.
Love you.
Thank you, Joe.
Great.
Love you, Naren.
We remember the karma of clapping and karma of hearts. So we are sending hearts.
Joe, very sweet,
Yes, yes.
impactful session.
Thank
Very
you.
nice
I
session.
can go straight and take the session.
Thank you, Vijay. That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you.
जैसे आपने बोला था, फर्स्ट मतलब सुनते ही हम लोग तैयार हो गए हैं सेशन देने के लिए. सुपर्ब सुपर्ब.
Thank you. Thank you, Ritu. Thank
This was the most excellent session which you have taken.
Thank you, Anil. So kind of you. Love you all.
Ready for the session now.
Zabardast session.
Beto, very well done. You know, Beto has created a very safe session. Now, when I say safe, what do I mean? It has stories, it has aspiration, it has framework, and it has engagement. So that's the key to design a good session. There should be a story. So a Swarup question, let's say there's a story. There is aspiration, the power of choices. So therefore, I can actually do a lot in my life. And very beautifully, it was mentioned between feeling helpless and between feeling in control. It's all about the kind of choices that I am making. Then there is a framework. So the choice making framework, the expansion of that word choice is a framework that is given. And every now and then through the questions and then through the pledge, there is engagement. So listening to Betu today, I realized that SAFE can be a very beautiful framework to create a session. Betu, very well done. Now everybody feels very safe with you. Anybody, any questions on the session, around the session, in the session? Ujjwala?
Happy morning, Naren.
Happy morning. I listened to Ujjwala's question. Ujjwala, go ahead.
So do we need to write this on the boards as well, or it's just a communication with the students? I mean,
so if you can write it on the board, it will be even more beautiful because it creates a visual impact and not just an auditory impact. So it's a good idea to write it on the board. उनके लाइफ में थोड़ी और उज्ज्वला हो जाएगी.
Happy morning, Naren.
Happy morning. कौन है भाई?
Anil Bhardwaj.
हाँ, hi Anil. Good to see you. Jai Mata Di.
Jai Mata Di. Okay, I want to know, we have a girl named Sheetal Devi. उसके हाथ नहीं चलते, वो पैर से ही आर्चरी करती है. She's from Katra only. She's from Katra only.
Okay.
Yeah. So can I quote her? For example, जैसे वो धोनी था ना,
हाँ हाँ हाँ
तो उसका भी बोल सकते हैं कि वो पैदा हुई थी तो उसके पैर नहीं थे, तो पैर थे मतलब हाथ वैसे ही थे,
हाँ
इस तरीके
हाँ
से समथिंग लाइक दैट। तो क्योंकि यहाँ पे बच्चे इंदिरा नूई को इतना नहीं जानते होंगे,
हाँ हाँ।
लेकिन उसको जानते हैं, तो अगर आप परमिशन दें तो।
सो अनिल, देर आर टू ऑप्शंस। थोड़ा और इसमें डीप जाना पड़ेगा. ऑप्शन नंबर वन, you can definitely have a conversation with your AC,
Yeah.
and then the AC might be able to guide you a little better over here. The second option is you share that detailed story with Joe, and in one of those sessions later on, we will be able to incorporate Sheetal Devi's example, not just for your.
That's available on YouTube.
हाँ, मगर उसको YouTube पे हम जाएंगे तो थोड़ा ढूंढना पड़ेगा, एक थोड़ा टाइम
नहीं,
लग जाएगा,
I will send the story.
है ना? If you already have
Yeah.
something, it will be very very helpful.
Okay.
अच्छा, Anil stays in Katra in near Jammu, where Vaishno Devi
Yeah.
Mataji is there, so that's why I called him Jai Mata Di. Tejal.
Naren, can you explain the difference between identity and character a little bit?
Betu, would you like to take this? Where is Betu?
हेलो.
हाँ बेटू.
हाँ, मैं आ गई क्या?
आ गई आ गई.
हाँ, वो ठीक है. तो तेजल, आइडेंटिटी एंड कैरेक्टर, कंफ्यूजन कहाँ पे है?
So, a finer difference between the two is what I would like to understand.
So identity, I will say, is a little outward. So say, what do I want to become? My behavior, my conduct. When people see me, what do they see me as? So she's well behaved. She will stick to her rules, vagera vagera. So it's more about what people are visualizing in me and what I want to become as a future. Character are basically my ethics. Those rights and wrongs that I want to decide. So identity will be more on my conduct, more on the way people look at me, and character will be more on my ethics side. Very thin line, but both, see, one might connect with some students, the other might connect with the others. Character will be more about strength from within, their ability to take things head on. And identity is, I want to be a very well composed, very well behaved, non-reactive person. So those two, behavior and inbuilt ethics का difference आएगा. If you need a few more clarities, then we can discuss on a personal call also. All right.
Suhail.
So two things. One is that should we encourage the students to have a small notebook for our session so that they collect the gems? Otherwise, they keep writing here and there a little. Most of them don't write, or फिर वो भूल जाते हैं. Which is and when you write it down, you remember it, and the retention is much stronger when you write. So could we encourage by a note to the teachers that get the students to have a 40-page note or something for the sessions?
Betu.
We can definitely do that, Suhail. Respective to the classrooms that we go, we can definitely do.
To add on to what Betu said, so well, we may not be able to go through the teacher and then tell the teacher to tell the students to get a new book or something like that. But inside the classroom, when we are with the kids, we can definitely tell them that it will be a beautiful idea if you write it in all the notes in one place. Now, whether they do it in a new book, whether they do it in an existing book, the idea is if all the notes can be written in one place, it will be helpful to them for reference. So that we can definitely do.
Thank you.
Yes, dear. Ramesh?
I hope not really, but somewhere
one-to-one sessions of practice.
Sorry, Ramesh, थोड़ा जोर से बोलेंगे क्या? Can you be a little louder, a little closer?
Lot of theories, but there is a need of a one-to-one practice also. So I hope those sessions will be good.
I did not understand your question.
This first session, huge theory, lot of theory. In coming days, I expect some one-to-one practical sessions between the students, between the we call volunteers.
Okay, I'll talk to you separately on this. Asmita?
So this is just my nervousness talking. This is because I'm conducting this session probably for the first time. Maybe some learnings when you're conducting a session with 9th standard kids. Their attention span is very low. The stories are amazing for people who have gone through maybe, at particular age, they can relate more with those stories at 9 standards. I'm just afraid that I don't make this session a little mundane and boring. I know Joe has given us really good material on how to not make it too exciting, not to make it too boring. But is there anything that you can share to reach that sweet spot and keep this session engaging for the kids, and so they take the maximum from this session?
So, Asmita, the beauty about Vetu's sessions are they are probably 10 times more engaging than my sessions would be. I am a little more hammer and tong kind of a person. And she's a little more about, okay, this is a question I have. What are your thoughts? This is a question I have. What are your thoughts? Now, as you take the session, the more number of people you can engage by pointing it out. Like, for example, I see Asmita on the stage. So I would ask Asmita, "Acha, Asmita, what do you think about C? Choice, like consequence. Uh, if I take this decision, for example, if I have to postpone preparing, where will it lead me to? So what are your thoughts on, let's say, postponing a preparation?" Simple question. They got engaged. Then I go to the next one and okay, if I am a little confused, whom can I go for help? So I look at, let's say, a Kanchan and say, Kanchan, if you are ever confused, whose help do you seek? So like that, when I ensure Asmita answers, when I ensure Kanchan answers, when I ensure Anil answers, when I ensure Rajesh answers, then the class is like a melody. It's like sitting on the beach where the ocean waves are gently coming and touching your feet and going. So you will do really well, and there is so much scope of engagement because there are so many questions, and then when there is a pledge, uh, things will fall into place. And who is your AC, Asmita?
Vikas Bandari.
You are with a gold miner. So enough practice with him, and you will see others in the team practicing and delivering. And you will go inside the classroom very, very confident.
Okay, let's hope.
Yeah. You will. I'm very confident about you.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe, for a lovely session.
Okay, all the questions are done. So here is my appeal to all of you. Before you actually even meet your teams, it will be a beautiful idea if you can reflect on this session with respect to your own life. One way to take this session is to think about the children. See yourself as a facilitator, a public speaker, an impact maker. And the other is to reflect on the session with respect to your own life. For example, if I am looking at the session and I am saying, let's go to Betu's first story, The Sun and the Cave. One day the son in the cave struck up a conversation. The son had trouble understanding what darkness meant, and the cave didn't quite get the hang of light and clear. So they went and they started speaking, and the cave went to the sun and said, "Come down and see where I have been living." Sun goes down to the cave, but he could not see darkness because he was there. And when the sun went down, the darkest corners of the cave had light. And the volunteers of KMM are like the sun, where even if there is darkness in a place, your presence lights up that place. Let's say that's the story with which Joe began this session. Now you look into your life and you find out, am I a cave or am I the sun? Are there parts of my life where I am the cave, and are there parts of life where I am the sun? Are there people in whose life I am the sun? And if I have to stop being the cave and start being the sun, what are some of the choices I need to make? And you can connect it with, I feel helpless sometimes, or I feel victim sometimes. I feel exploited sometimes, feel judged sometimes. Sometimes there's unfairness, sometimes there is misunderstanding. When things don't go right, do I become the sun or do I become the cave? When things are right, all of us are the sun. When things are not right, that is when we need to be the sun. Normally, negative emotions are called dark. He was in a dark space. Will never mean he was happy or enthusiastic or bursting with energy. Now, if I'm a volunteer and if I hear Joe's stories, I would probably think for a few hours on the sun and the cave. Now, do I push people into a cave by my rudeness, by my sense of self righteousness, or do I bring people from the cave into the sun? Even if you took that 2-3 minutes of that story and thought about it enough, you will end up making certain choices which will completely change the way you live your life. Just that little one called the sun and the cave. Now, Ramesh was mentioning about theory, and I see a lot of practical things in the session. Like when I engage the children in the class by those engagement stories about MS Dhoni and Indira Nui. What a beautiful way to start. APJ Abdul Kalam, Arunima Sinha. And as I read about them, I also ask myself this question, that if I was in their place, would I have made the choices that they made? Like if I am, let's say, an Arunima Sinha, and no fault of mine, I am pushed out of the train and I lose my leg. Will I say इसका मतलब मैं बच गया, मतलब कुछ तो कमाल होने वाला है, and I be the sun? और would I crib and complain कि मेरे साथ गलत होता है, मेरे को धक्का दे दिया, मेरे साथ ये हो गया, वो हो गया? मतलब will I move into a cave or will I be the sun? मतलब इससे ज्यादा प्रैक्टिकल क्या हो सकता है लाइफ में? When somebody is showing me these are the people who made this possible, और मेरे लाइफ में अगर ये सिचुएशन हुआ, मैं क्या करेगा? And then Betu very beautifully creates the story session where she says, what is the power of choice? There are certain things that I can't choose, but there are certain things that I can choose. And then the choice campus is given to us कि तुमको choice करना है. Okay, this is the framework by which you can make choices in your life. And then I reflect again कि मेरे लाइफ में ये फ्रेमवर्क में से मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ. For example, let's say me and Vikram had a difference of opinion. Or Vikram spoke badly about me in my absence, and I come to know about it that Vikram spoke badly about me. So I decide, मैं ना अब विक्रम को फोन करेगा और उसको बोलेगा तुमने जो किया ना गलत किया. Okay, if I call Vikram and I tell him what you did is wrong, where will it take me? Will it make me closer to Vikram or will it break my relationship with Vikram? What is important to me? So therefore, what is the consequence that I want? What is the result I want? अभी इससे ज्यादा प्रैक्टिकल सेशन नहीं हो सकता. Like this, I can ask myself, okay, in this area of my life, I need help. Whom should I go and ask for help? Like this, and I can also ask myself, if I make this choice, will it hurt others or will it lift others? Of course, this question only comes if I feel responsible for others. And then I also ask myself, if I'll ask Vikram first, that Vikram, तूने मेरे बारे में कुछ बोला ऐसा सुना है, it means somewhere I've hurt you in some way. First, tell me about what is the wrong that I did which made you speak wrong about me. I'm not telling Vikram what you did is wrong. I'm asking people कि darling क्या गलती हो गई मेरे से जरा बताना. Only if you have resentment, you will speak wrong about me. If you don't have resentment, you will not speak wrong about me. And I want us to have a good life. So my identity in that moment will be, I want to be a person who solves things, who irons out the differences, who becomes a Fevicol which will hold things together. And I don't want to be the fire which pushes things away or which burns. And then character, will I be proud of this later? Let's say I fight with Ikram. Later on, am I proud of that? Or would I be proud if I can gulp my ego and ask him with humility कि समझाना मेरे को. And then of course, is this the best version of me? When I do that, will my best come out? Or will I fight with him, my best will come out or my worst will come out? You know, before you enter inside the classroom with the intention to teach, this session has the power to change your life. And if you can internalize this session, not when you are angry, upset, sad, scared, but in the right frame of mind. पेट भरा हुआ है, नाश्ता अच्छे से किया है. And without anything to prove to anybody in the world, with no defense mechanism कि नहीं ये गलत हुआ, विक्रम ने ऐसा बोला तो मुझे तो उसको सुनाना ही पड़ेगा. You know, none of that. Just looking at it very purely, very objectively, कि क्या करना है, कैसा करना है. If you can mirror this session with your life, it has the power to completely change your life. And then that small exercise that Betu did, that today I choose. And after that, if I fill in the blanks, today I choose this, today I choose this, today I choose this, today I choose to forgive everyone. Today I choose to be humble and accept my mistakes. Today I choose to, start my fitness journey brilliantly well. Today I choose to read 10 pages every day so that I develop the habit of reading. Today I choose to go back to meditation and meditate for 30 minutes. It's all about choices, right? So it's such an extraordinary thing that today I choose this.